Hey guys, I'm Parker Matthews, and this is the behind the lyrics to my latest single, What Happened to Us. Alright guys, so before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the love and support you're showing this record. It means the absolute world to me, and it's the debut single off my EP, which is coming out this summer, and I cannot wait to share it with you. But before we dive into the lyrics, I just wanted to talk about where the song came from and the headspace that I was kind of in when I was writing it. So I wrote this song during quarantine, late last year, with my producer Solano, and we were sitting on that couch right over there, and when we went into the writing session that day, we didn't know what direction we wanted to go in, but I had just come out of about a 5-month relationship, and it was right at that moment that I was realizing that I had been ghosted. And it's one thing if you go on a couple dates with someone and then they ghost you because you just kind of have to get over it. But I mean, 5 months, like, come on, that's a little ridiculous. So I was super crushed. And we decided to kind of take the song, write it, talk about what happened in that relationship. But I did want to make it something that was a fun vibe and not super depressing, because I think it's important to take something that's sad, turn it into something fun, because that can actually help you get over the sadness. So that's where the song kind of came from, but without further ado, here's the first verse.
Only wanna stay till your phone rings. Only wanna play when it's your thing. Only you can change my mind. You say I can wait, but you don't stay. Messing all around like it's doomsday. Remember how we used to vibe?
Okay, so the first verse was kind of me outlining the times that I saw problems start to arise. You only want to stay till your phone rings. You only want to play when it's your thing. But only you can change my mind. And it's kind of that little, I feel like all of us in relationships, when you start to have a problem, it's like a little monster inside your head starts to grow and like creeps up and creeps up, and actually can drive you totally insane. But it was kind of just outlining the times when I can start to see the end of it all. So it starts off kind of sad, but it's also kind of a truthful moment as well. But up next is my favorite part, the pre-chorus. Here we go.
Driving your fast car, smoking your cigarettes, running the red lights, high speed, I'm loving it. Stuck on my mind all day, man, I can't forget. I won't forget, never forget.
Okay, so the pre-chorus is my favorite part of the song. We're up there, it's high, let the good times roll kind of vibe. I mean, driving your fast car, smoking your cigarettes, running them red lights, high speed. I am loving it. It's really reflecting back on the high parts of our relationship. And that's what life's about, is having fun. And I thought it was really important melodically to kind of express that during that part. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. So that leads us to the chorus. Let's take a listen to that.
Oh, what happened to us? Oh, what happened to us?
So for the chorus, we wanted to kind of pull things back a little bit. And I feel like in most pop songs, a lot of them, that's the highest, most catchy part of the record. But for this, Solano and I really wanted to kind of convey the emotion of what happened to us. It's a very depressive moment, and it's a realization moment of maybe I really won't ever know. So we wanted to keep it simple, just to really get that point across. But so with the first verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, that sets the statement for the song. For the second verse, here's where things get interesting.
You can waste your time with these others you're tricking, but here's the punchline. I'm the only one when you hit it, it's like a gold mine. Said you'd never quit it, so let me hear you say you're mine.
So the second verse is where things kind of get interesting. So we have the first verse talking about, you can see the relationship starting to fail. We have the first pre-chorus, high times, happy times, and then back to being sad in the chorus. So the second verse kind of expresses the anger that I was feeling. And I mean, the lyrics, you can waste your time with those others, you're tricking, but here's the punchline. I'm the only one when you hit it, it's like a gold mine. And then it goes into, said you'd never quit it, so let me hear you say you're mine. And it's almost like an angry pleading, because it's like, to that person, let me hear you say that you're mine, like I'm theirs. And yeah, it's like the anger, the sadness is coming out in the second verse. But, you know, I will say, anger is not always the answer, but I do think that that is one of the phases of healing from a situation like this. So I think the second verse is necessary. It's a slight melodic change, a syncopation change a little bit, and I think that when we wrote that, that was the real point of expressing that. So after the second verse, then we had the second pre-chorus and the second chorus. So second pre-chorus, again, back to the good times, high times, fun times, the nostalgia's all there. And then we're back to remembering, but will I ever know what happened to us? So in the second chorus, we added some extra harmonies to really kind of drive home the fact of the sadness within the record, within that moment in my life. But I think also the second chorus really is just about acceptance. Accepting that I don't think that I ever really will know what happened to us. And that's the pain of being ghosted. And I will say it is interesting because this particular individual, who shall not be named, still watches my stories from time to time. So I think that that brings it kind of 360 with everything. But I think the point is that we just have to realize that whenever you're ghosted, whenever I'm ghosted, whenever these kind of things come to an abrupt end, accepting that and moving on is the most important thing. And the other day I actually was listening to something, and it was a guy talking and just saying when someone leaves your life, it's okay because they've served their purpose in your life and it's time to move on. And that actually really stuck with me. So I think that that's important for us all to remember, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. I cannot wait to share the rest of the material off this EP with you. Bye for now. Love you.